All right, guys, so here we are today with the one, the only Junk Dumper Reviews, aka the most conniving son of a gun you've ever met. Anyway, before you go and, to a different place, and we know that our life on planet Earth is limited, you must write your own book. Everybody's done it at some point. Everybody who ever wanted to be remembered at some point wrote a book. Anyway, that's not why I'm writing this book, if you can call it that. I mean, it's more like a pamphlet, a leaflet, 6 pages of nonsense. Don't worry. No animals were harmed in the making of this book. And only one, what do you call those things? Oh yeah, douche nozzle, turd squatch, embellished seal may have been somehow impacted by the science and research and development, R&D, in the making of this pamphlet or leaflet. Anyway, I'm going to read it to you because this is not about making money. I'm not trying to be a bestseller. I don't know. Everybody in the modern age, especially on YouTube, has written a book, and they're all trying to make a whole bunch of money on it. I am not. I'm just going to let you guys know this is what I do. And disclaimer, the reason why it's not working as well as what is it, Mr. Brian Johnson or the Sugar Queen or Peter H. Diamandis, the reason why I don't look as good as any of these other folks is because I often color outside the lines, so I don't always follow this religiously. But when during the time periods when I did follow my own advice, which is in this book pamphlet thingy-majig, then I was at my best. Now again, will this work for everybody? Probably not. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own food allergies, whatever it is. So I can't tell you that this is what you should do. But I will tell you that this is what I do when I'm feeling down and not so well physically. Basically, after many years of messing around with my own body and testing with my own body, I have come up with this 6 pages of nonsense, which keep me on the straight and narrow. And again, it works for me, it might not work for you, but it's just stuff that I wanted to put down in this so that if it does and somehow help you guys, then why not? If you've already gotten the disease of death that is going to take you out and you've tried everything else and you've got nothing else to lose, you could try this and maybe it might work for you, it might help you. But always consult your doctor first and always make sure that you are safe when you are doing these things, because some of the things that I do in here are highly questionable. And again, I'm able to get away with them, but maybe you cannot due to your own circumstances. So anyway, the title of the book or pamphlet is Tame Your Brain. And I know it's going to be super cringy like everything else that I do, but maybe you might find a couple of things in here that could help you out. And that's why I'm making this book. A book designed to calm your mind, aka the natural artificial intelligence running our bodies, although strongly outdated due to the current times. These programs were designed and better suited to interact with creatures such as animals who did not require a long time to grow up and eventually be able to create tools that would become very powerful and in some cases self-destructive. The biggest problem began, can't even read my own book. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The biggest problem began when humans were able to perceive emotion. Emotions are very powerful tools that allow humans to bring out the best and worst out of the species. If humans stuck to their baseline artificial intelligence code and only performed common sense, well-reasoned tasks, then the world would be a utopia. It's true. The biggest problem began when humans were able to perceive emotion, as I said before. So, sadly, negative emotions coupled with humans' extrinsic and intrinsic destructive abilities due to greed and quick reactive responses to real but also fake potential threats are its greatest pitfall. We've all understood the meaning of a feint or a pretend punch in boxing, right? Anyway, that is one of the things that we fear. A potential threat that is not even a thing can still be a thing, right? All right, so we saw this during the World War times, financial crisis, and most recently during the coronavirus. When people, business markets, and governments react quickly to threats they do not fully understand due to bad intelligence and adopt speedy, draconian methods, is when the most people get hurt emotionally and physically. In essence, every human being is born with either the Adam or Eve artificial intelligence code model running in their mind. Sometimes, by accident, these things are switched, in which case we have people that are slightly different. Depending on their upbringing and their sole previous life experiences, then the original code can be altered based on habits and routines as well. So if you are brought up in a certain way, that could prevent your natural code from running the way it should. If a human was female in previous life and they end up in a male body this time around, they may end up feeling confused and rejecting the artificial intelligence model given to them at birth, designed to keep the basic motor organ functions sharp as well as help one's self-preservation against exterior dangerous elements, as well as reproduce. Although I strongly respect every religion that is not a cult, obviously not the ones designed to hurt other people, and therefore leads once again to violence, destruction, there are some things such as what is written in the Christian Bible, Book of Genesis, that I believe to be a misprint. God created Adam and Eve and gave them the required knowledge and truth about their mission on planet Earth to live, to thrive, and to watch over and take care of the animals. Without full access to truth and knowledge, such mission would be impossible. Which is why when they say, you can't handle the truth, well, if you can't handle the truth, then how can you take care of other beings? What this means is that Eve was fooled by the snake to eat from the tree of emotion. The famous apple was what gave Adam and Eve the first taste of emotion, and that was what God was worried about. God has always known that humans could handle the full extent of knowledge and truth. However, emotion, not so much. Perhaps God wanted to give humans access to emotion more gradually and slowly instead of it all at once, and drove humans to their downfall.